It was not enough. Buffalo ends the Bruins season here on their home ice. Sabres win all 3 games here at TD Garden in this series.
Guys, for another eulogy of a Bruins season. I told myself, Skaz, that I wasn't going to talk about the past anymore as, taking credit for things from the past. But now this is just another year where the Bruins lose at home. I'm laughing about it because when it's uncomfortable, I like to make jokes or I like to laugh. But the Bruins season's over. They lose tonight to Buffalo 4-1. They lose the series in 6 games. They lost to a better Buffalo Sabres team. And I think the Bruins had their chances in this series, no doubt about it. I think it is a disappointing series. I think that the Bruins are flawed, but their goaltending, their coaching definitely could keep them in the series. And it did for a period of time. Winning the game in overtime to send it to a game 6 was big for the team. And they had a chance tonight to win a game at home, considering what they did in game 4 at home, talking about trying to win at home, putting pressure on themselves to win in Boston. And they just couldn't do it tonight. The game flew by. There wasn't a lot of commercials. We were here all night. Skaz was working the game, and I just couldn't believe how fast everything went tonight. But, if you want me to give you an analysis of tonight's game, the Bruins just couldn't get the puck out of their own end. And they got down early. They chased. And then Buffalo would just keep it in their end all night. And when they got their chances, their skill they were just better than the Bruins. So, as far as the Bees in their season went, I still call it a successful season. I know that it's hard to come on after a really disappointing loss to end a series at home. Because I don't think your feelings about the Bruins are because of this season. I think that the Bruins have been a disappointing team for maybe the last 5 years. There's been nothing but disappointment. And they have some really good players. David Pastrnak, I'm going to tell you right now, I said it before the season, but I think he could end up being a top 5 goal scorer of all time.
I
know. This is where I'm going with it, Skaz. Charlie McAvoy might be one of the best American defensemen. He might be. I mean, Jeremy Swayman is a Vezina finalist. He'll be in the conversation every year. But you're not good enough. David Pastrnak, 3 goals, 4 assists in the series. 7.6 games. I mean, he's always been a point-a-game guy. I think he could have been better. But getting back to just how you feel right now, this team this year, I want to keep it to this year. Marco Sturm is the right guy for this team. Marco Sturm got a pretty average roster with some cornerstone players and got production from a huge year from Morgan Geekie, who kind of faded really bad. And we'll get into him coming up in a bit. Because I think early in the season, it was Morgan Geekie that kept the team in it. I think late in the season, it was Morgan Geekie that kept the team out of it. But they got really great contributions from Victor Arvidsson, who didn't play tonight, who missed the last couple of games. Just a veteran that came over and just had a really nice season. So there's some good stories, right? Fraser Minton comes over in the trade. He was a 0 in the playoff. 0. But I want to be positive about it because he's part of their future. I think the biggest story for the Bruins overall is Jeremy Swayman. From the contract to maybe some, I don't want to call it attitude, but maybe morale. He was a Vezina finalist and one of their best players this year. Won a gold medal, good for him. And I don't think he's the reason why they lost this playoff series. But I think the bitterness or the disappointment that you feel isn't because of this team, this group, the Marco Sturm group. You know, if you really want to get into this series, you blew game one. You blew it. Having a 3-goal lead, you blew it. In the third period, on the road, Buffalo could have went down 0-1. You won game 2. I think the two moments was the game 1 loss. I think the other one was the penalty shot that was missed by Victor Arvidsson. You would have had a chance to go up 2-0 in that situation. I think their game plan of trying to be more physical and all that was the right game plan by Marco Sturm. But the team no-showed in game 4. And tonight, they were just beat by a better team. But getting back to how you feel right now, the disappointment's because of the Bruins and their history. And I don't think that this team should fall victim to that, but it's a part of it, right? Like, I want to credit Don Sweeney for some of the moves that he's made. I think all of Sweeney's trades last year were really good, and I think most of his acquisitions this year were solid. I think Tanner Jeannot's solid. I don't love the money, but maybe that's one that you could look at. You know, there's a couple of guys who didn't play tonight. Mason Lowry. I don't know what his future is. But he was benched for the final 2 games. It's probably not good for him. But that was supposed to be a young, promising player. And now he's not playing in playoff games. James Higgins was brought up this year, used a year of service time to play, 4 or 5 games? And he doesn't play tonight? I don't know if either of those guys were the difference. I don't. But the disappointment's not about this team. It's about the multiple years that the Bruins have been in this situation. I mean, just think of the last 5 years, right? The last 5 years for the Bruins. They win 33 games. They're third in the East. They lose in the second round to the Islanders. They win 51 games. They lose in the first round to Carolina. Then you have a 65-win season, first best regular season team of all time, and you get bounced in the first round by the Florida Panthers, which was so disappointing. Then you lose to Florida again after a 47-win season. You had last year where you literally moved on from the entire team. And then this year, it's your first round loss to Buffalo. I like where their Bees are going. I think they have their coach. How do they get better than just a playoff team that loses in the first round? Or the second round, for that matter, over the last 5 years? They have to be better than that. And they're paying guys big money. Between Swayman and Pasternak, you're looking at almost $19 million against the cap. How do they get better? The younger players will get better. The draft picks that they have will contribute. Maybe James Higgins is the next guy. So there's a lot to be positive about. There really is. But the disappointment's there because you are the ones who go to the games. You're the ones that went all season long where they won 29 games at home but go 0 for 3 in the playoffs at home. And you're going to the games and you're rooting for them. And it's almost as if you were scared to go tonight because of the outcome. I almost thought just the law of gravity, or whatever the law is, the laws of life, they'd win this game tonight. 6 straight home losses at the Garden. It's completely unacceptable. Even for this group that I don't want to lump in over the last 5 playoff results. I can't do it. Not winning at home, you can't do in hockey. You can't do it. It can't happen. That's why I'm disappointed tonight. They had a chance to knock that off. They had a chance to force a Game 7 where anything could happen. They couldn't chase the lead that Buffalo got. They're not good enough for that. But it's super disappointing that you go to the games, you root for them, you get excited, and they lose. And I see you guys lined up on the phone lines at 617-779-0985. And you're on our YouTube as well, youtube.com. Search 98.5 The Sports Hub and boom. I don't want to beat this team up because I think they had a successful season. I don't think people thought they would get into the playoffs. They got 100 wins and got in. That was a good season. It was a good season. But I think the expectation was, can they win a game in the first round? Well, they got Buffalo. And the thing with Buffalo was they haven't won a series since 2007. And they had a lot of pressure on them. And clearly, maybe they had a better coach, a better roster, all that. The Bruins were in this one. And they wasted games. They wasted games. And when you're that type of team that has flaws, you can't win series. But I'm more upset about how they played at home. Oh, so disappointing. And I don't want to get on you fans. I don't. Because I already said this. You've been through enough. But I was telling Skaz this before we started the show. Maybe it's a hockey tradition. We know about handshakes, right, Skaz? Oh, the old handshake line, right? With a night show for years. All right. Whatever version of the night show you've been listening to here on 98.5 The Sports Hub, the handshake line's a big one.
It's a big one, Joe, for sure. I mean, as the great Jeremy Conley would say, I don't like you, but damn, do I respect you.
Yes.
Is what happens in hockey.
Well, you said that. Okay, great. I'm glad you just said that. Why am I pissed off about the Bruins fans clapping for the Bees after the loss? Why does it bother me? Why am I mad that you all watched that crap of a game tonight and you cheered them? You cheered them! I would have just left. No boos. I don't even want you to boo them. I would have just left.
You would have pulled the big Jim Murray and just gone home.
I would have left. I would have stopped at Banners. I would have gone to Play. I would have gone to Hurricanes. I would have gone to some bar, Tits, whatever. I would have gone to one of them, and I would have drowned my sorrows. I would have drowned my sorrows. But you cheered them. You cheered them. I don't like it. I didn't like that at all. And maybe it's this customary hockey thing. No. And people used to crap on LeBron whenever he'd lose and just walk off the court. I do that too. You know what? He is a sore loser. And you know, can I give you another good sore loser tonight? Oh, yes. This is like sharpening the knife. About to carve into a prime rib for me right now. You know who the biggest sore loser tonight for the Bruins was? Charlie McAvoy. What the hell was that slash, bro? What was that? That was you taking a stick and firing it at the guy. Sore loser. Frustration. You're supposed to be one of the leaders. And you know what? Maybe that's something about this team, Skaz. Maybe that's what they're missing. They don't have a captain, right? They haven't named a captain. I think I heard somewhere goalies aren't captains. I don't think Swayman would be a captain anyways. But did anybody really call their team out during the playoffs besides Swayman? Did Swayman make call timeouts when the coach was having issues? Like, is it weird that Jeremy Swayman's the one whose head was actually in the games? But Charlie McAvoy, when he's losing, slashes the guy on the other team. Losers. Oh, some guys don't know how to lose, and the Bruins certainly know how to do it. And he's a part of it. Oh, he's highly paid too. Between Swayman, Pasternak, and McAvoy, I believe they make 9, 8. Dude, they make like 20, over almost $30 million. Right? 26 and 7 million, whatever it is. That's a lot of money for 3 guys. Now, do I at least want to admit that Charlie McAvoy had some issues this year? He got hit in the face. He got his teeth knocked out at one point. Come on. The slash was Bush League. It was Bush, and you know it. I know there's people in our chat being like, come on, Joe. He got hit in the face a million times. Yeah, it's hockey, kid. Don't slash somebody at the end of the game when you're down 4-1. That's a poor loser move. And you know it. You know it. So don't give me that, he used a straw to eat for weeks. Don't slash someone when you're losing the game. It's a loser move. It's a loser move. So what is the future of the Bruins right now? Where do they go from here? You've heard from me. Skaz, you got anything before we go to the calls? Because they're loaded, baby. This is the best time of the year.
Let the people talk, Joe.
It's like, and listen, I hate to bring it up, but when the Bruins lose, there's nothing like hearing from the fans. It's the best. You just let them go. You pull out the couch. You let them vent and do the therapy with them. But there is something about that Bruins fan that I do feel for. Just, it was almost as if you knew they were going to win in Buffalo and come home and crap all over you, because that's what happened. It's what happened. And you went. And you hung out all day. It was a beautiful day in Boston today. Oh, I'm sure you went to Sully's. Or you went to Hurricanes. You were at all the bars. Now you're probably going out pissed. People want to tell me McAvoy at least got a gold medal. Yep. Still Bush League. Hey, Jeremy Swayman got a gold medal too. All right, let's go to the calls at 617-779-0985. Why don't we start it off with our good friend Tommy and Lynn. Tommy!
Joe, Skaz, I was at Game 3, like you just said, and you know what? I had faith in this team, a little bit of faith, because this Buffalo team hasn't made the playoffs, over 20 years almost? So I thought we were going to beat them, but not the way we've been playing at home. We're 0-3 in the playoffs at home, and this is what I got to say. For the people that are crying and that are negative right now about this team, nobody's going to be negative and crying about this team. This team had a successful season. They weren't even supposed to be in the playoffs. They weren't. So everybody that's crying that are hardcore Bruins fans like me, get over it. Get over it. We're on to next year. Sturm is the best coach ever. I loved the hiring last year during the offseason. They got the right coach. So you know what? He got the players to play for him this year. Look it, they never gave up on him. They fought through the end, but even though they let him down tonight in Game 6 at home, once again, and also, people need to stop knocking on Swayman, because Swayman had a good year this year, even though the defenseman let him down. And McAvoy, yeah, Joe, that was Bush League. That's like playing up in the Hockey Town Men's League right there when you're losing 4-1.
Yeah, and I get it. right? There was a little bit of
Yep.
a trip in the boards
Yep.
over there. I get
Yep.
it. It was a receipt,
Yep.
but it was cheap.
Right. It was cheap for sure. I know cheap hockey and good hockey, and if you're a sore loser, then you shouldn't be playing hockey. That's what I got to say tonight.
All right, good night. Yeah. There are people defending McAvoy for this. I get it. He got tripped in the boards. Yep, and he came back and slashed him. Well, I know. There's bigger fish to fry in the game tonight. That just pissed me off. It bothered me. What's Justin and Lynn got tonight? Justin.
Hey, Joe, it's Justin. I think it was a successful year for the Bruins, but I think, the fans expected more from them, and I think that the Bruins and Michael Chum got more on this roster than any of us anticipated, including me. Your thoughts, Joe?
Great, man. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate your call. Did you have more expectations from the team this year? I mean, they had 100 points. Like 45 wins. Good year. Good year. But did I have higher expectations? I did not. Yeah, I didn't. I think they did exactly what I thought. I thought they could have won the series, though. But they let game 1 get away and no-showed in game 4. This is the top of the hour here, 98.5 The Sports Hub. We'll just keep it rolling as we're here until midnight tonight. What's Mark got on the McAvoy slash? Mark.
Joe, I'm a huge fan, but I got to disagree with you. I don't think he should have slashed him, but he got slew-footed going into the boards at full speed.
Yep.
And it was a cheap play by Benson.
Yeah,
I think
but
he should have dropped the gloves.
What was worse?
Suck at him.
No, Mark. Yeah, I think this is a really bad time to defend McAvoy. Because I get it.
Well,
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree that he got a cheap shot. But slashing somebody the way that he did at the end of the game, that was Bush League.
No, I don't think he should have slashed him. I don't. But Benson deserved a beating. And I don't think McAvoy should have slashed him.
So where was somebody else?
He deserved something.
Where was somebody else then?
Well,
where was Jano, Zadorov, one of these other guys?
Someone should have jumped the guy. They should have.
Mark, they don't have a leader. They don't have a leader. They don't.
Oh, I know. Their defense is terrible.
This is my point.
They have guys that should be in the American League.
Well, listen. All I'm saying is, like, McAvoy responding like that, he's supposed to be one of the leaders, right? It's just that they don't have a guy. You think I would think Zadorov or somebody's one of those guys. I would think so.
Zadorov's terrible.
But
he's the worst signing in the last 3 years.
Nobody went to bat for McAvoy. He went into business for himself, and it was bad.
No, he had to defend himself. I don't agree with the slash, though. I don't think he should have slashed him.
So he had to
like
defend himself, and then he throws a slash. It was honestly, I think he's going to get fined for it.
Yeah, and maybe even a suspension to start next year. Who knows?
I don't know if we'll go there because it was so late in the game that, like... But no, I wouldn't be surprised if they look at it.
Yeah. And just, I know you're about to do headlines, but Ty Anderson moments ago, Nikita Zadorov tore his MCL in Game 3. So we're going to start getting stuff like this. So torn MCL for Nikita Zadorov.
You know what? Does Zadorov really piss you off?
I mean, gets way too many penalties, but every NHL
he always
team
did. That they signed him knowing that
needs a Zadorov, but the Bruins just don't have enough complementary guys where, like, what he actually does well, you can let him do.
Yes.
He's forced to do way too many things for the Bruins.
He needs to be a top 4 defenseman for them.
Yeah.
And it's like all the things
he's kind of like that second pair tough D-man. Like, he's going to get a penalty, but he's going to be out there playing heavy. But, with the Bruins, he's out there doing way too much, as most of the top players in the Bruins
And he's highly paid.
Yes.
He's Dude, between their goalies and their defensemen, they got to figure that out. Financially? Like, are they that good in front of Swayman that they need to make all that money? They're not making it about money. We got to go to the headline here?
Yes.
Okay, let's hour the Sports Hub.
Nope.
No? Okay, we don't need to do that. Hey, don't go anywhere, everybody. I'm not going to a commercial. I'm just going to give you the headlines of the night, and we'll go right back to your calls here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Unfair Tire Studios.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
Goes to the backhand and score! Two-hand slam!
Boston's home for sports.
I love this team!
98.5, the Sports Hub, a Beasley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines.
The Bruins season is over. They lose 4-1 tonight in Buffalo. They lose the game in 6. Find out after the game, Nikita Zadorov, torn MCL, still played on it. David Pastrnak, the goal tonight. Jeremy Swayman had 22 saves. Well, the rest of the NHL tonight, Tampa Bay will force the Game 7 against Montreal. Golden Knights looking to close out the Mammoth. They're up 1-0. In the NBA, the Raptors got a bounce at the buzzer in overtime to win 112-110 to force a Game 7. Pistons, huge comeback to force a Game 7 over the Magic. And right now, Lakers all over the Rockets, 49-31 to close out that series. We know the Celtics will take on the 76ers tomorrow night at the Garden. And the Red Sox, 3-1 winners tonight. Jarren Duran, a 3-run homer. Jake Bennett, his Major League debut, 85 pitches, 5 innings, 3 strikeouts for the win. Headlines, they are brought to you by our good friends because they are good friends. And I would like to give them proper friendships. It would be Awaken 180 weight loss. Reach your health and weight goals with Reclaim by Awaken 180. A 10-week medication-free plan with weekly results and a finish line. Awaken180weightloss.com. I'm Joe Murray.
This is what happens when analysts take over the games, take over the sport.
This is where you talk sports.
It happens all the time.
The Sports Hub.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. Oh, we get the draft lottery. Oh, no, wait, that's in June. Wonder what will happen for the Bruins on that one. That's something to look forward to, everybody. I had a bunch of notes. I don't know what I did with them. Anyways, let me tell you about my friends over at Bally's, guys. The Bally's Pick of the Night. Presented by Bally's Linking, my pick every night. Bally's 4,000 slots, over 100 table games, concerts, dining, a full hotel, a spa. Visit Bally'sLincoln.com. Follow Bally's Lincoln on Instagram. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem. Call 877-9-GAMBLE. My pick for the night will be tomorrow. Give me Commandment to be the outright winner of the Kentucky Derby. Bally's Pick of the Night. Go to Bally's Lincoln or visit them on Bally'sLincoln.com or visit them on Instagram. Bally's Lincoln. So there you go. I tweeted out that I will be on 98.5 The Sports up until midnight. So these are the responses. I'll be listening, but I don't want to talk about it. Bruins today, Celtics tomorrow, Joe. Sports Mike says nobody gives a bleep. Thank you. No offense, Joe, but I'd rather drink nail polish remover than discuss tonight's game. Gave me a tickle. Just turned into the hub. We all know the outcome, Joe. Trade them all. That should be the motto of the Bruins offseason. Chally, Pasta, Swayman, they should all be used as trade bait. They need to create a different culture, like Parcells did with the Pats back in the day, Skaz. Like Parcells. Oh, no, that whole group that Parcells came around with was there for a long time. Ray says, you're the man. Everybody loves Tommy from Lynn. I've gotten a few. Tommy is the voice of reason for the Celtics. For the Bruins, excuse me. Everyone loves Tommy. So we love Tommy as well. 617-779-0985. Did you hear that Parcells one there? They need to create a different culture like Parcells did with the Pats.
Yes, then they could make it to the Stanley Cup and have their coach quit on them.
Yeah. Stern, tough. Imagine leaving, going somewhere else.
Yeah, I think that'd be a story.
Well, Skaz, successful season. Ended in disappointment. Is that kind of the...
That is the Bruins way, Joe. That's what they do. They build you up. They give you a little bit of hope, and then unless it's Toronto, they can beat the Toronto Maple Leafs. Outside of those choking losers up north, the Bruins can't really beat any other teams in the playoffs.
What do you think the perception is of the Bruins across the NHL?
Great regular season team that if you get in the playoffs, you got a chance because, boy, are they tight at home. I don't think that's perception, Joe. I think that's become reality with this team.
Is it the core?
I think it's just that the sweater at this point, the building.
It's
I don't know, Joe.
It's the bear.
There's something. There's something
the bear.
just inherent in this team. I mean, take a scroll down Big Jim Murray's Twitter tonight, or Matt McCarthy.
Let's do it. You know what I'm going to do it right now.
Just our comments, to each other during the game. It's just we have been kind of institutionalized in the Bruinness of exactly what we watched tonight. A team that, the first period, Buffalo scores early, score again. The Bruins have a million decent chances. It felt like St. Louis all over again, and they're peppering the other goalie and just can't get one to go in. I mean, Alex Lyon, Joe, 5'9", whatever he is, Alex Lyon, standing on his head back there.
He was good. He was good tonight.
He's been outstanding.
The Bruins had amazing chances, right? And tonight they actually had chances. And
he was good when he was with Florida against you too at times. Yeah. It's just, Jeremy Swayman was terrific. I don't think anybody, even the most ardent Jeremy Swayman hater, would point the finger at Swayman after this one. But he wasn't perfect by any means. But they just need more out of their top talent, and this is what the Bruins do, Joe. They lose.
It's called Bruins, right? Wasn't that the saying once? It's called Bruins. Jim Murray tonight on fire. Yet another disaster in the books. They'll never win another Stanley Cup in our lifetimes. 2011 was a fluke. A beautiful day in the Saberhood. A beautiful day in the Saberhood. Matt McCarthy, the best home record in hockey in the regular season, 0-3 in the playoffs. Another completely fraudulent regular season accomplishment. It's called Bruins. He did talk about David Pastrnak, but I can't.
You can't read that one.
I'll leave that one alone. And it's so funny because the first goal that happened, if I can timestamp this one, he goes, well, that's going to do it.
Yep.
First goal.
Might have been the second one. Might have been the second one. Might have been. First one was real early.
I know that Jim is still a Bruins fan. Like he's got sweaters in his closet.
Yeah, you can't help it. I mean, poor Kevin Majori.
Okay, Kevin was. You know when I saw him tonight, very tight.
I mean, yeah.
I went in there. He didn't say anything to me. I poked in the room.
Game 6.
He saw me. He did acknowledge me. Actually, you know what? I think he was glad I didn't talk to him.
It's like
I think he might have been glad that I
don't talk to a pitcher before a big game.
Yeah, kind of like, hey man, you ready for the what with the porking?
Ready for the funeral? Well, I will say, Joe, as an ardent green teamer back here, self-proclaimed and labeled, this feels like the Celtics win tomorrow, though, because some things never change. The Bruins blow it at home. That would would mean that the Celtics beat the 76ers tomorrow.
Somehow I was going to shoehorn the Bruins loss is going to help the Celtics.
Don't you
tomorrow.
worry, Joe. I did it for you.
I don't know how. I don't know what the analysis is on that. I like the take, though. I'm in on it. The Bruins loss helps the Celtics tomorrow night. It's outrageous, but I'm in. The fellow who talked about Parcells, better than what they have going on now, Skaz and Joe. Let the coach leave night after the Stanley Cup. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you, everybody. All right. Well, can I be critical of Fraser Minton? Is it okay that Fraser Minton did nothing? Nice little regular season from him, though. I interviewed him. Nice guy.
He's 21. I'm not blaming Fraser Minton.
No, I'm just saying zero.
How about Morgan Geekie?
So the Geeks.
The Geek Squad. The Bleak Squad in the playoffs. Too far? Is that too far?
He had the knuckle puck go in.
Yeah, from center ice there.
Was that another turning point of the series? Is that it got Ukko Pekka-Luukkonen out of there?
That's true.
UPL?
UPL, yes, the Upper Peninsula there.
That was one. Morgan Geekie went 14 games without a goal. Had a hat trick and actually snapped it. Do you know why I'm not? All right, so playoffs, right? It matters. Those guys get paid for that. You're right. He deserves criticism. Absolutely. I will say this, though. He single-handedly kept them in there when Pastrnak wasn't scoring early in the year. So it's almost like Geekie really, really carried them early on. Really did. But is his statistics, I don't want to use the word fraudulent, but hollow? Like, is he a 40 goal scorer? Whatever it is, 30 goal scorer, whatever he did. What did he finish with? I don't think he is.
39, I think.
I just don't think he is. Do you think Elias Lindholm played better this year than a year ago? I do. But
doesn't matter.
They moved Zacha with Pastrnak and Hustadinov to get something out of it. I thought their second line was good with Arvidsson, Middlestat, and Zacha. I did. Can they bring those guys back? I think they got to improve. I mean, should Swayman, Pastrnak, and McAvoy be their pillars going forward? And I think about James Higgins potentially taking over as a center. I mean, Higgins with Pastrnak might not be bad, right? They probably won't play on the same line, or at least early on. And Fraser Minton, I think they got some really nice pieces. They got to get better, though. And I think it starts at the blue line. All right, let's hear it from you guys. 617-779-0985. We got Robin in Fort Lauderdale. Robin.
Hey, Joe. Joe, what happened to this town? We used to hold our athletes accountable. Charlie McAvoy, what has he done from an impact standpoint in all the years that he's played for the Bruins? I don't have his salary in front of me. I think it's like $5 to $6 million.
It's $9 million.
He's done nothing. When is the last time you've said, "Oh my God, what a great play by Charlie McAvoy"? He is meaningless.
9.5.
Get him off this team right now. At least Pastrnak scores goals. Get him out of there now.
He was pretty good with Team USA, though, huh? He's not laughing. Get him out of here now. I'm the most critical person of Charlie McAvoy in player, I think. I feel like I'm the only one. I called him McAverage and he was pissed.
Chucky McAverage.
I can understand why he didn't like that I said that.
That was early too. That was early.
At Pucks and Paddles, we hashed it out.
Squashed it.
He's a little guy. He probably would kick my ass. But he's Ben McAverage. $9.5 million is a lot of money for a defenseman like him. What's our buddy Chris in Plainville up to tonight?
Hey, Joe. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good. How do you go from the best player in Olympic hockey out of all the people out there and turn into an absolute show, in the playoffs? I don't get it. I have no idea why this guy just disappears. I have no idea.
It is incredible though when you
angry.
When you watch him play in the gold, like the gold game, he was awesome. Yeah, you're right. Charlie McAvoy's a good player. I just feel like he's, I don't know. Is he doing the right thing? Is he an offensive guy, defensive guy? I don't know what he does that's excellent.
You know what he is? When he's into it, he can move the puck like nobody else can. but when he's not into it, he's not good. And when I watch him, like, he's a Don Sweeney remake. I mean, I hate to say Don Sweeney was co-defensive person with Brian McColgan from Walpole, who I've heavily with.
Out.
I mean, and he literally, when he played poorly, That's just, and Sweeney did the same thing. I mean, Sweeney just makes the team in the likeness of himself. That's my take.
I
All right,
appreciate you,
have
Chris.
a good one.
Thanks. What do you do with a $9.5 million defenseman that everybody else likes in the league? What do you do? You keep him. You keep him. He's tough. Oh, Joe, did you see what he did to his face this year? Yeah, I did. I feel like McAvoy is one you just got to circle and be like, if you trade him, are you going to get the value for the guy back? It never works. He's going to go somewhere else and become like the greatest defenseman of all time because that's what will happen. Gray is in South Carolina. Hey, Gray.
Oh, man, I was calling in initially to talk about McAvoy, but you guys have already exhausted
go ahead.
that.
Get on him. Get on him. Go ahead.
Well, all year, he doesn't play the body, before the whistle. It's just, I think the best hockey he played was he played against Ottawa his rookie year. But it comes down to the entire season, though. This team, they wanted to play with piss and vinegar. They just pissed down their pants in the playoffs. It was ridiculous because they never won games being the team that was defensive minded and, giving up less goals than the other team. When they were successful and going on winning streaks, they were outscoring the other team. If they never won when they were scoring less than 4 goals this entire year. And I feel like this playoff series, when they, obviously they played horrible and their, performance at home was a whole different story, but they went in with the wrong attitude. They had to be the team that was going to outscore the opponent, not to be more out physical or anything like that.
That I think you could, challenge later on, but I think when it was Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, that's what they wanted to do. And I think the line switch changed the series. I really do. But Gray, this group, I will have to say, like, they were flawed. They weren't a great team. They won 100 games. I think Sturm's the right guy. They were just beat by a better team. Did they have a chance? They did. And I'm not trying to to be easy on. I'm not, because I just think that it was hard. It was easier to be harder on those other groups, right? That had Clout and Bergeron and all those guys, right? When they lost, this team here is like a bunch of guys trying to just figure it out, and Sturm just got them into the playoffs.
No, that's true. But they didn't when they were successful this year, they were not the identity that Sturm wanted to promote them as.
Yep.
When they won, they were outscoring teams. They probably gave up a couple goals that they shouldn't have if they were a button-up team. And when they put all their focus into being that piss and vinegar, we're going to button it down defensively. Obviously, in this series, they couldn't score, and it was like that all year. So that's what I thought was wrong. Obviously, I love Sturm because
hey, listen,
everything else he's done with the
They have
Bruins.
They have a lot to look forward to with Sturm. Appreciate you, Gray. A lot to look forward to. Vicky is the voice of the fans at the Garden. Hello, Vicky.
Hey, Joe. Thank you so much for taking my call. I think that there's just a couple of things that are kind of coming together, and I appreciate the fact that you are acknowledging the fact that it's really the culmination of these last 5 seasons. And, this particular team, and they overperformed for what their expectations were, but we just see, and we have continued to see, great play or exciting play when it's not really anything on the line. And then you get to these big games where something really matters and they roll over. the other part of it that I think kind of contributes to it in terms of the vibe at the Garden and everything that's kind of going on is that you've got this happening while ticket prices are continuing to just grow and grow and grow. And I think a lot of the folks that would be saying, what are you doing? You should not be cheering this team after this game, are folks that are watching at home because I think that they've been priced out. So I think for the organization, I want to look at it and say, what are you doing to give fans a reason to go to the Garden when it matters? I went in tonight and I was like, I had very low expectations, but I got there. And especially in that second period, I started to hope again. I was like, maybe we're going to force a Game 7. And then they dashed my heart. And it's called Bruins. I wanted to see them wake up and be able to make it something, bring back some of that magic that we've had in the past, because it's been a lot of fun in the past.
Vicky, you know what I'm looking forward to, and again, my fan days are over because I cover the team now. So, but I am looking forward to all the kids they've drafted from BC and everyone that's coming along, because they're the Sweeney's missed on picks. Let's just call it what it is. But Higgins is going to be exciting. Maybe Letourneau will turn into something, right? Like, Marco Sturm, I think, is the right guy for this group. I'm excited about the younger players, but I also think they do need to bring in some sort of veteran captain, leader, something to that degree with this group.
100%. And I think that there is some exciting stuff that is happening. And I'm really looking forward to being able to see where things are coming over the next couple of years. And I say this as somebody I've been a season ticket holder since 2009, 2010. I think that we can get there, but right now it's just real tough.
Thanks, Vicky. Appreciate your call. Thank you.
Thanks. Take care.
Yep. Take care. That was very thoughtful, well-spoken, controlled, in the moment. That was, because not a lot of people sound as with such conviction.
No, I certainly don't, Joe, half the time. I mean, after these emotional losses, but that's a real fan. That's a season ticket holder, double-digit, year season ticket holder who I think has, we mentioned at the end of the call there things they're excited about, but actual real concerns with the franchise as well, and in the roster construction and also the pricing around the building. I think a lot of people could relate to that in just about every aspect of life right now.
Well, listen, do you see they're doing some upgrades at the Garden now?
I did see that, Joe. That was a big number, huh?
Do you think she's right about chasing the team? Meaning, I get that Nesson's a subscription. I get it, right? And by the way, while we're on it, see, Xfinity no longer has Red Zone.
I did not see that.
Story for another day.
Oh boy!
But because I went on today, $8.99. Boom! It says it's no longer available on Xfinity. Whatever. But do you think that the true fan is still buying Nesson and getting the ESPN app? And I mean, Kevin Majori is still buying the jerseys, right? He's still going to Tampa Bay. He's still going on trips. Like, I still think that Bruins fan is real.
I still think that Bruins fan is real, but I do think her point of the
disappointment to continue to keep catching up.
No, but I also think there's a kind of a corporatization, for lack of a better word, of sports in general, and these stadiums and everything is more sanitized and more corporate. I think this is just kind of where we're at, unfortunately.
WWE is I just got back from WrestleMania, and you could buy whatever. You can buy Bloodline sneakers today from Nike.
Yeah. And I just think that sometimes your real hardcore fans have been getting priced out for years, and I think the Bruins are, unfortunately, fall victim to that. I don't know how much of that is directly the franchise's fault, when it comes to tickets and stuff like that. I know they try their best to make them as accessible and available to local fans, but yeah, it's the prices are tough, Joe.
Is it?
Look at Fenway and the product they put on the freaking field. You want to talk about prices?
Airplanes going over there today.
Yeah, I did see that.
What the hell's going on there?
It's weird how. Yeah, save that for later. I got some thoughts, but yeah, we'll wait.
Is it cheap to say one championship in 50 years when it comes to the Bruins?
I think you can update that map.
Or is it the reality?
I think we're getting closer to 60.
Let's do that during the break.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it off the top of my head. All right. Hey, we have to break real quick because I took 30 minutes of straight phone calls, so that means we're going to have a long break here. But I see Laurie, Brian, Andrew, Brendan. Stay on. I'll get to you guys coming up next on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Up. Home ice, 29 wins this year, 0-3 in the playoffs. I thought it was 9 games in a row they lost. Is it 6 or 9? I can't even remember. They haven't won in that long. I can't remember anymore. It was Buffalo's first series win since 2007. The puck was in the Bruins' end all night long. There was a time where I went into the control room with Skaz, and I go, dude, look where the puck still is. It's just stuck in their end. And all Buffalo would do, they would cut back, they basically cut them off, steal the puck, and dump it back into the zone all night long. I mean, it was like shooting fish in a barrel. I'm actually curious how long they were in the left corner of the ice all night long. I already mentioned the McAvoy slash I thought was Bush League. Now, granted, nobody defended him, so I guess if you want to credit him for going out of his way to do something, that was not smart. It was retaliation. I get it. I'm being critical of Charlie McAvoy for doing that. What else do we have here? Oh, what happened with Pasta and McAvoy on that Doan goal? What the hell happened? By the way, do you know when they had problems this year? A lot of it was because of Pasternak defensively and McAvoy. They have some sort of 5-on-5 on the ice at the same time. What's going on there? Are they communicating? Like, well, I could give you the play, actually. The Doan goal, they did it. Somebody had like a description of what happened and how both guys thought that the other guy was going back to play like help. No, it didn't happen.
How about Hampus Lindholm, too? He make a good play out there in one of those goals? You see that one?
There used to be a time, Skaz, where I would have this stat of the Bruins with Hampus Lindholm versus without him. I've lost the stat now.
I think we say, woof.
That shit's over. Do you move on from a Lindholm? No, actually, I think Elias Lindholm is like, all right, let's do it. You want to do it next year? Let's fine. Let's do it. All right.
Do we have to?
Let's just talk about it. Elias Lindholm, David Pastrnak, Morgan Geekie.
They'll all be here.
Okay. Zaka Middlestat.
Should be here. Middlestat, maybe not.
Well, he's got 1 year. He's got 1 year left.
Maybe
at $5
not.
million. No, you're right. Maybe he had a good year though.
He's a guy you can move.
He didn't suck.
Maybe hold on and move him at the deadline, but he's a guy I would absolutely.
He's a guy that
move.
I thought he was gone this year. Remember, I already had
tried, Joe. You tried.
Victor Arvidsson's unrestricted.
He gone.
I think he's gone because you probably need an upgrade. But he was good.
It hurt you that he was out. It without a doubt hurt you. I don't think you could deny that.
Minton, Hustadinov, Higgins.
I like all three of those guys. I'd like to see Hustadinov take another step. Obviously, you want to see that from those other guys too. But I would like to see all three of those guys return.
Do you think they can go another year of Corrali, Kastelik, Jeannot? They're all under contract.
Yeah, I mean, Jeannot's going to be here. He's the Hagen's bodyguard, is what we are repeatedly told. Which I, for the most part, I think I'm fine with. We'll see how fast Hagen's, skill translates to the NHL. If eventually playing with Jeannot is a hindrance, but that's a long ways away. I mean, I don't know. I'd like to see that line get a little younger, but I like Kastelik and Jeannot, and Corrali was fine this year.
Yeah, Corrali's fine.
He's fine.
Then Steves and Isamon are there. Reserves with the other guy they traded for.
Reichel. Your buddy Reichel, yeah.
Defensively, McAvoy, Zadorov, dude, $15 million.
That's a lot. It's a lot of dough.
Lowry, Lindholm. Lowry's got 1 year left. You could dump him for $3 million. You ready to move on from him? I know we've had this discussion.
I certainly am, Joe. Okay. He is young and skates well, but that's kind of where it stops.
Yokiharu Aspero?
Aspero was good this year.
Would you let Peak walk? Probably. What's he going to cost you?
I know. Probably not much, but I think you need an upgrade.
They probably need one more defenseman in there. Is there a kid in the minors that's ready? I mean,
well, who knows? With they have guys. They certainly have guys, but it's just when.
And then Swayman, Korpisalo. Korpisalo's got 2 years left at $3 million because Ottawa's paying $1 million. So they right now, Skess, They have $104 million on the cap. They have $16 million. So if you fill that right wing, can you get a 7? Can they get a 7? Would they pay for a $7 or $8 million guy? Who wouldn't want to play right wing on this team?
How about a guy that just crushed you for an entire series, Alex Tuck?
Oh, Tuck.
Unrestricted. He's probably the number one free agent.
The old Buffalo Sabres are all over the NHL, aren't they? Isn't Yoki Haru an old Buffalo Sabre?
Yes.
Zaka was, right? I think.
You want Charlie Coyle back?
He had a good year.
No, Joe, you don't.
You don't. He had a good year, though. But this is why you don't go after him, because it was a contract year.
Right wingers. How about some old guys, Joe? Patrick Kane.
No.
Claude Giroux? No, he's 38. Patrick Laine. Seems to be a problem everywhere he goes.
No. Giroux, though, I only think about it because he's the name. The name.
Victor Arvidsson is listed as the 28th best free agent that is about to hit the market.
Right. Is there a... I mean...
Would you pay him 4.5?
Who?
Arvidsson.
No. Because you're committing to the group again. That was flawed. I wonder what they're not moving on from McAvoy, right? They won't. Like, could you net in return a right wing? Is there another center available? Maybe they could play Higgins on a wing if they had to. I'm just thinking out loud here. Like, is Lindholm, Zaka, Minton your centers and Corrali? Like, don't you need to be a little stronger than that?
The best center available is Boone Jenner.
How old?
33.
I don't think they... Well, is there anyone that would be the captain if they signed him?
Evgeny Malkin? You want Malkin? 39?
Oh, God. Are they going to break up that group?
Who knows?
Would you?
Yes.
Yeah, I would too.
Yes.
It's time. It is time.
Long time.
It's time.
Not a good center market there, Joe. Eric Holla, remember him? You want to bring him back?
Nope.
Scott Lawton?
So there's no, what about left wing? Is there a left? Who's the biggest name on the market?
Sergei Bobrovsky.
All right, give me a wing though.
Alex Ovechkin. It's Tuck. He's the biggest name. It's Alex Tuck.
Would he leave Buffalo for Boston? Would he change Boston? He'd be an upgrade over Arvidsson. He would be. How do they get better? Is it their young talent takes the next step?
It's a lot of pressure.
They're a playoff. I guess they'll look at it as their playoff team, but
got 4 home games, Joe.
That's right. Lori is left the game. Hey, Lori.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Sorry to leave you on hold.
That's okay. My husband is a big fan of yours.
Thank you.
So I called about Swayman, and I've been to several games, and I watch him during the TV timeouts. And if he'd keep his head in the game instead of worrying about who he sees in the crowd to give him eyes and a little kiss and a wave, then maybe he'd be more focused on the game during everything. So that's all I got to say.
All right, Laurie. Not sure if I understood that. I listened, though. I heard it. Swayman looking in the eyes of the fan. What?
It seemed to me that she thought Swayman may be preoccupied during timeouts, waving to fans. I don't know. I'm not at the games. Neither are you, Joe. We are here.
We're here. I did not see him waving. Brian's in Rockland. Brian.
Hey, how you doing, guys? A great following here. I love that you had 2 women on before me. The woman just right there made a very good point. I don't care what Swayman has won, gold medal, whatever. I'm going to shock you. It's time for him to go. Do you think that this team has changed since they got rid of Johnny Boychuk?
I don't care about Johnny Boychuk.
Joe, what year was that when Johnny Boychuk last? If you had to guess, when was the last year Johnny Boychuk played for the Bruins?
I'm going to say 8 years. 8.
No, when was his last year as a Bruin?
All right, what do you mean? 20? Okay, was it before? It was before 2020.
Let me see here. Wait, you say before 2020?
Yeah.
No, his last year as a Bruin, I'm saying.
Yeah, what year? I don't know. 2020? I don't know.
1978 was when Johnny Busick retired.
He say Busick or Boychuk?
I thought he said Busick.
Oh, my God. I'm thinking Boychuk.
Thought he said Busick.
Now I don't even know. Wait, so since Johnny Busick, they suck?
Let me go back. I thought that's why I was so stunned. That's why I was. I wasn't listening.
You know what
correctly.
else was sad about tonight? They couldn't even get the Tim Thomas bump.
No, yeah, old Timmy coming out of the bunker there.
You know what's funny is, you know who Uncle Fern is, right?
I do, because one of our very own is a very, very big Uncle Fern fan.
Uncle Fern now considers himself a friend of Joe.
Oh, good.
I met him at a card show.
Good. Maybe you can get one of our good friends an autograph or something.
I grabbed the video of him.
For said person.
The problem with Uncle Fern is every other word is F.
Not exactly FCC compliant, Uncle Fern.
I'm curious. I think we should search him on the way home. What did Uncle Fern say after the loss tonight?
Oh, boy. You can fill up a swear jar. I'm being told he said Boychuk, so my apologies.
Oh, Boychuk. It was Boychuk.
For looking, so I was so puzzled.
When was Boychuk?
That had to be like 13, right? 13 or 14, maybe 15.
Wow, I'm like way off.
But I know, Joe. I was way off. I thought it was Johnny Busick.
Johnny.
Thought we were getting
Boychuk.
You went to what? The Islanders, I think. Afterwards.
I never cared about him ever again. Not that I didn't like him, but Johnny Boychuk last played for the Bruins in 2014. Well, they haven't won since 2011. How do you feel about tomorrow night, everybody? This hour of the Sport Tip is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy Quickie.